Macquarie Group has announced a net profit after tax of $4.85 billion for the full year ended 31 March 2026, up 30% on the prior year. 68% of income was earned outside Australia. The group declared a final ordinary dividend of $4.20 per share, contributing to a full-year ordinary dividend of $7. Shemara, thanks for joining us. Macquarie's delivered the second highest full-year result in its history. How would you characterise the overall result?
Well, as you say, Laura, it was pleasing that the result was materially up on last year. We were up 30% and delivered just over $4.8 billion, and that was a return on equity of 14%, which is an improvement of the just over 11% last year. And all of our four underlying operating businesses were able to grow their earnings, which was very pleasing this year. And it reflected the ongoing growth of their client franchises, delivering to their clients and communities, but also some responses to the market conditions. And that, I think, speaks to the diversity of our businesses and why there's such resilience, so that we are able to keep growing franchise, but in environments like the ones we've had respond to market conditions, and also then diversity by geography, where we had reasonably even contributions from the Americas, from the Europe, Middle East, Africa region, and from the Australasian region, and about 70% of our income coming from outside of Australia as we grow globally.
You mentioned that all four franchises were up on last year. What drove the result in each of them?
Well, look, starting with Macquarie Asset Management, that was up 27% on the previous year. We had a good year in terms of performance fees and also investment income in that business, which included our realisation of our public investments assets in North America and Europe, which freed up capital for us to grow our private market franchise even more strongly. And then Banking and Financial Services was up 17%, and that was the ongoing investment we're making in our digital offering that is focused on customer experience that helped us grow, particularly our home loan books and our deposits. So another strong ongoing growth from Banking and Financial Services. The Commodities and Global Markets, all three business lines there, were able to grow their franchises and earnings in the commodities business, the financial markets, and also asset finance. And commodities was able to respond to the environment we had externally. We also had a large realisation in the on-stream meter portfolio in asset finance. And then Macquarie Capital was up 43%. And again, across the whole business, both the client service in terms of transaction activity, capital market solutions, but also we were able to grow our credit book and deliver strong earnings from that. And we had realisations in our equity investments. So all four businesses, as I said, really pleasing that they're able to step up, support communities, good diversification across them. But also in terms of capital and funding, we were able to step up and support particularly CGM and BFS in terms of letting them respond to the opportunities they saw.
Finally, Shemara, looking ahead from this strong result into the next financial year, how is the business positioned moving forward?
Well, I think for next year and beyond, we have four very strong franchises in areas that are positioned for structural growth with deep expertise that we bring. They are diversified across them, so we should be positioned to keep delivering the way we have done historically. And in addition to that, our conservative finance, funding, liquidity, capital positions, our risk management, our operating platform should be there to support them as we continue to deliver.
Thanks so much, Shemara.